everyone, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and I am back today with another one of our pink packages that we all look forward to. This is another one of those Eureka crystal beads collections, which we haven't seen in quite some time, and it looks like they're going to be starting up the production of their collections again, which is so exciting. And inside, we're going to see a high-quality collection of check glass beads, Japanese seed beads, crystals, and other components that are all thoughtfully put together in a unique color palette. These are one of my favorite things to share and also play around with, and I'm really excited to be able to share another collection with you all. So I will leave the link right down below the video to this specific collection, and you can also find the link for the page that contains all of their different past collections, some of which are still available. And like I like to mention, these are not a subscription box or anything, so by purchasing one, you're not starting a subscription. These are a periodic collection that you can pick up on their own, and they are usually available for just a limited time. So if this one sells out, it's not necessarily guaranteed that it will be restocked. And some collections I want to mention too may have slightly different color or finish options to some of the contents, just depending on stock levels, but the overall color palette and the value will be the same. So let's look inside and see what we have to work with this month. All right, we've got a little snowflake sticker holding together our tissue paper and our contents inside. Very cute. Definitely feels like you're unwrapping a special present every time they come out with one of their beautiful collections. All right, so you can see the theme picture here. So that definitely gives us some information to go on as far as our color palette and the theme. Here's our bundle of beautiful beading contents that we're going to go through. We have our cozy theme outlined here. It says, logs crackle in the fireplace as the warm glow illuminates the darkest days of winter. As a storm rages outside, you're cozy beneath your layers and blankets, enveloped in the smells of fresh baked gingerbread, pine boughs, and peppermint. So our theme is called the Hearthside collection, a very warm and wintry theme, and as holiday-like as you'd like to make it for those that celebrate. Otherwise, a very warm collection of cozy wintertime Hearthside colors. And you can see on our list here, they have everything broken up into different sections. We have our Japanese seed beads, the check glass, findings. We're going to see some crystals in Krakowski and Chinese and Preciosa. And then our final section here with acrylic rounds. As usual, this collection ships free to the US, and they do also ship worldwide. So no matter where you're located, you can check and see when you add this to your cart what that shipping cost would be, but free to the US. And it's always at a discounted rate to purchase these items as a collection as opposed to individually. So there will be a savings over retail. And I'm going to go ahead and get organized. We're going to look at everything one section at a time, and we're going to start out with the Japanese seed beads. All right, so we start out this section with some size 11-0 Miyuki Delica beads. We've got 3 different colors inside. You can see that one of mine is this lovely sort of milky but bright cherry red color. There's also this kind of toned down antique gold that is just gorgeous. It's like a light gold. And then the bright silver lined green to get us started. And in addition to those, we have 2 tubes of size 11-0 round Miyuki seed beads. Loving this very light vanilla-like silver-lined color. And then we have this deep matte bronze. Such a gorgeous combination right there to go along with some of our other colors. And the reason I'm not mentioning specific color names is just because those could change slightly from package to package, but again, they will be very similar, and there's a strong chance you would get these same things. I just want to mention that just in case, and you can always plug in their SKU number or SKU number that's on that packing list into the search bar on their website to be taken directly to these items, and you'll get that specific name of what you've received. All right, next we have our check glass section. We start out with a tube of these multi-hole ginkgo leaf shaped beads. They are a 2-hole shape, and you can see that golden color These are in the matte metallic antique gold, so a little bit brassier. And I just love working with this particular shape. Great for bead weaving, and it adds another dimension to some of these different shades of gold that we're going to see. They've also included 3 strands of check glass fire polish, these high quality faceted rounds in different sizes. We've got 2 in the 4mm size and 1 in the 6mm size, this matte frosty pop of red, and then also our glossy classic fire polish green, and then this matte metallic in this antique gold shade as well. Here's our next strand. This is absolutely beautiful. I just love these. These are the check flat twists. They are a 13 by 18mm size. You could get these in this color or another color option. Looks like I got the antique gold color in that brushed metallic that we've seen both in the fire polish and those ginkgo beads. And you get so many to work with on this strand. Such a unique and very classic looking shape with that twist design in the center. The hole runs through the center of the bead, and I just love that extra movement and texture that these add. And then for check glass, we also have this generous strand of 6 by 4mm drops, and you could get this color or another color in the drops, and I'm loving this shade of green, that velvety matte metallic with just a hint of like a more bluish green as you take a look at the edges of the beads. Just as the light is shining off of them, gives them that really velvety kind of suede-like appearance. And you can see in my hand here just how many you have to work with on that strand. All right, next we're going to take a look at our findings, and we start off with these mini charms. They are a limited edition, and you can see that they look like they have a rhinestone in the center, surrounded by some of that gold tone of metal and a loop at the top. And you can see that there is a mix here of both the red and the green, whether or not you want to put those together or use them separately. They've got that sparkly, faceted crystal in the center and that nice dainty round shape. And then next up, we have a bag of 2 frame link circles with 3 loops at the bottom you can use as a connector. I really like how all the different tones of gold in this collection for the findings, they all match really well. These have that round shape, very simple, but a great item to have to work with because it gives you so many different options with those loops at the bottom and then at the top, and even that hole there where you could use that to dangle something right in the center and use that metallic round to frame it out. And then we have a bag containing some flower link connectors. There's 4 pieces inside. These feel so good. They're smooth and glossy and very, very shiny. You can see the 4 petals, if you will, and the loop at the top and the bottom, and even some other openings if you want to use these to connect in different ways as well. Another very versatile shape of finding. And we also get some more connectors. Always happy to see those. So that's awesome. We have 4 of these square links. These are also called a flower connector. Let's take a look at these out of the bag. Really delicate, but also strong. They don't feel like they could be bent at all. And again, all these different holes where you could do different things. You could use those in more of a diamond-like shape like this, or more of a square-like shape if you have them up and down like this, but just lots of possibilities whether or not you use these in a pendant component or earrings or as a multi-strand necklace component. And it's great that you get 4 of these to work with, especially if you want to make a whole set of something. Also a very handy item, we get some Rolo chain, and it looks like there's 2 different styles inside. And indeed there are. We have one that is slightly larger and one that is slightly smaller, but they are both very dainty, and you get 2 feet of each, and a very shiny and glossy chain as well that matches with our other findings perfectly. They've also included a generous quantity of jump rings, as you can see in this bag. Lots of those to work with, especially if you wanted to do something where you are, say, dangling some beads off of that large quantity of chain that they sent. So I don't need to take these out of the bag because we know what those look like, but those are included as well. And the last item in our finding section are these adorable pine cone charms. There's 10 pieces of those inside. Aren't these sweet? You can definitely tell what they are. They're three-dimensional. They have the loop there at the top, and they are pretty small in their size, would make a perfect little addition next to a clasp of a bracelet, for example, or along with some of our drop beads that they have included. Next up is our Krakowski crystal section, and this is sort of their answer for replacing Swarovski with another crystal option, since Swarovski is not going to be available for these types of stones in the long term. And we start out with this bag containing a gorgeous and large 30mm crystal teardrop. Look at this substantial piece and all of the faceting and reflective qualities of this teardrop. And there's a look at the back. This will be a great focal component to bead around, and we certainly have a lot of different options as far as bezeling something like this with all that they have included. We also have a bag containing two smaller faceted teardrops or pear shapes. These are, it looks like perhaps a 10 by 14mm size. And these are in that sparkly, bright red, very reflective and beautiful faceting as well, just like we saw on the green, just in our different color option. So these will be a great addition to our collection too. Could make a fabulous pair of earrings with these. And then for our Krakowski crystal section, we have this gorgeous mix that I can't wait to dig into. It looks like there's quite a few things to take a look at inside. All right, so first we have a selection of 8mm chatons. I received 6 of them in this bright red color with that fiery reflective sparkle. There's also 2 of these gorgeous trillion cut crystals with that really interesting addition on the top that makes it look a little bit speckled, and it has just a hint of a gold metallic shimmer. There's also 2 of these sparkly green stones that look to be in about a 12mm. These are rivolis with that great faceting and yet another color to play around with. And then the final selection in that bag is in my hand here. I believe these are 14mm, and not only are these golden rivolis, but they have this extra sparkle to them that is just hard to describe. Absolutely stunning, and even more sparkly than a normal crystal rivoli. The way that coating effect is really enhancing that over the top. Next, we have the sparkling selection of Chinese crystal rondelle strands. They are super long, almost 200 pieces per strand. And as you can see, we have a combination of that sparkly evergreen color. We have a beautiful beige with an AB or luster coating, a sparkly gold metallic, a matte red, and then this red with the luster or AB coating on it as well. Just so gorgeous. And I love the size. It's a 2 by 3mm, which makes it so versatile for a lot of different projects. And then in our Preciosa crystal section, we have this really fun mix of crystal bicones. And these all look to be about 4mm in size. It's a great mix of colors that go along with the color scheme for this collection in greens and reds, also some golden topaz, some lighter and darker reds. Some have the extra AB finish, giving some of these a rainbow effect, and overall just a glistening handful of bicones. And then our final item is actually kind of surprising. These are acrylic beads, and they do not look acrylic at all. They're super lightweight, but on first glance you would swear these are actually metal spacer beads. These are golden rounds that are super shiny. You get a handful of these to work with, quite a bit, and just look at these up close. They look really great. So even though they are acrylic, there is no way I would be able to tell that unless I was told that's what these are. But these are a great addition. They will add that pop of metallic golden shine, and spacer beads are always welcome. So that is everything for the stunning Hearthside collection by Eureka Crystal Beads. Once again, not a subscription box, but something you can pick up on its own. I will leave the link right down below the video so you can be taken directly to this collection, as well as the other collections that they still have in stock. There are limited quantities of these available, so if you want this one, definitely try to get your hands on this as soon as possible. They do an amazing job with their collections, putting together such high quality items in all different themes and color schemes, and once again, they've done a fantastic job with this one as well. And even if you don't celebrate or want to make holiday specific jewelry, you can absolutely use these colors in combination with other things from your stash. Add in other colors as well. So don't let the color palette limit your imagination. But if you have enjoyed these Eureka collections in the past, I know you're going to enjoy this one as well. And I look forward to sharing more in the future. So feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this collection or anything else you'd like to say. I hope to be back with at least one tutorial for the contents of this collection, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button while you're here because I would love to have you back. And in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy beading.